like I think we explained that well enough. But I'll vocalize it again for you guys just so that you 100% understand what's going on here. And you guys in chat, you love the you're sick, dude. You're well, dude. You guys like that. Well, the way that this works, again, for anybody who's not following, first kickoff is normal. So the first kickoff in this game mode, absolutely standard. Nothing unusual about this kickoff. And after that, I'll explain what's going on. But from here, for the first one, we're just going to play a normal 1v1. It's the same if we make overtime. So if this game goes to overtime, it will be the exact same. Just a normal face-off to start things off. And only after the first goal has been scored in the regulation time do we get the new strats. Okay, so there we go. Turbo Pulse scores, gets the dunk on Sebadam's clear attempt in his classic wiggle celebration. So Sebadam wanted to let that ball bounce one more time so he could shoot. And Turbo just read that, moved in, even though he's farther away to begin with. The Turbo's just going to go for the back boost. Sebadam, since he just got scored on, has to dribble the ball into his own back corner, take the corner boost there, because this way we've got full boost on both players. And now we're just going to go back in normal possession play. But the player just got scored on gets the free possession. So it might result in closer games. Certainly this rule will result in less kickoff goals. And of course it's not ideal. It would be better for this game mode if Psyonix implemented new ball spawn positions. Such as the ball, instead of spawning in the middle on a face-off, just spawns right in front of the person who just got scored on. And it was kind of similar to football. You just get scored on, you get the center ball, you get the free possession to start things off. I really think it would be an interesting way to have 1v1s, even in like the normal ranked mode. And I think that it would also encourage more people to play 1v1s because you don't need to focus so much on kickoffs. Like right now, kickoffs are a huge part of 1v1s, and people don't find that as exciting. I know I've always been somebody who says that they do take skill, and that I'm okay with kickoff goals, and I am, because, you know, it's still a competitive game mode, and it's not like there's any luck involved. So you do outplay someone when you beat them on the face-off. However, I would love to see just a bit of something different, and I've heard a lot of people talk about this, so I want to know what you guys think about it. Let me know in the comments, let me know in the Twitch chat. But that's just a very brief explanation of the reasoning behind this, and as you can see, it does kind of lead into less goals. This would be generally the case, is that there will be lower scoring 1v1 games, and certainly less kickoff goals. We just see a delicate air dribble there from Sebadam, nearly pulls it off. But Turbo is an extremely good defensive player. Last time we saw him on stream, it was against Kaio from Brazil on a bit higher ping, and he was unable to hold his own in that best of 5. But he's doing pretty good here against Sebadam, who is the favorite according to the ranking system. I think Turbo is somewhere around 30th. Sebadam, I believe, is top 15. So, oh, Sebadam's just forgotten about the kickoff rule. Okay, for Turbo, and then free possession as well. Lol. So Turbo forgot about the rule because he's a beanbag. So now we're just gonna pretend that didn't happen. Give Turbo a goal. I mean, Sebadam's only harming his own chances here because now he's wasted some time off the clock. It's his own fault because he beaned it. Now Turbo's going to dribble the ball back into his own corner, as it is his possession according to this rule set. We did this rule set in the Rumble mode, which would be, I believe, just yesterday if you're watching this on YouTube, and if you're watching it on Twitch, it'll be, you know, last weekend. But definitely a mode that I'm going to be experimenting more, getting, you know, as many people's opinions on as possible. I just want to know what people think. I want to know other people's ideas for how to get different sort of kickoff spawning locations in 1v1s just to get, you know, less kickoff goals. That would be ideal because nobody's super excited about kickoff goals.
Keep up the work, Johnny.
Hey, welcome back, Pulse Bram. 5 months. You are indeed close to the 6 months badge. Boy boner. Okay, that's good. Excellent, PC. 3 months. Welcome back. Very much appreciated. And also 2 months for Major Owners 911, and yeah, Ghost Up 266. We did have you with the new sub as well. All you guys, welcome to the stream and welcome back. Sebadam trying to bait Turbo forward here, and he does finally manage it and gets the bump as well. However, Turbo, with him being such a defensive player, it's going to be hard to bait him forward into risky challenges. I mean, a couple of you guys who are watching stream just saw me play against Turbo, and I tend to take a lot of risky challenges when I'm playing against someone who I consider to be a tough opponent. I'll just take a lot of risky challenges, make a lot of risky plays, because that is the only way that you can win in an unfavorable matchup. However, this matchup being pretty even, Turbo is unlikely to do that. He's probably just going to sit back and let Sebadam come at him. Okay, Sebadam saying he won't forget this time. Turbo's free possession because Sebadam just scored. He's going to choose to dribble it to the back left. I'd love to see the different sort of metagame that would evolve here. Like, what kind of strategy would the defensive player pull off in this sort of situation? I mean, most of the time in that sort of situation, you just see people shadowing and faking challenges. It's unlikely that you just see somebody bombing end-to-end into a challenge, although it is viable because people don't expect it, which makes it that little bit more threatening. And good, fast aggression by Turbo here. Spotting the opening and just getting a quick side flip shot to take it past Sebadam. Sebadam did not see the acceleration that Turbo was bringing to the table right there. Turbo being completely obscured by the ball. It looks like these guys are into the swing of it now. And just another rule is that Turbo's not allowed to enter Sebadam's half until Sebadam picks up that back boost. Then Turbo's allowed to move forward, just to make things a little bit more, you know, just to make things a little bit more organized. A great game one for Turbo. I don't know if these guys have 1v1 on the stream before. I've got a feeling that they have. Does anybody know? Can anybody in the chat tell me? Have these guys 1v1 before on my stream? I don't know if they have. And certainly not recently. What's the new kickoff? I've already explained it, but you're looking at it. The player who just got scored on gets the possession for free. So we're just going to be giving possession to the player who got scored on. That's it. And that's the summary. I explained it in much detail, like the reasoning behind it and all that already, so I'm not going to repeat myself. Oh, Turbo choosing not to flip into that ball. I feel like he might have been able to squeeze it in if he did that. There we go. Good recovery by Sebadam. He will tie up the game now. Minute on the clock. Turbo with the slight advantage because he does have the next possession for free, being the player who just got scored on. However, Sebadam has scored the last 2 goals. I think 2 goals is the number that he scored. Chat makes it difficult to want to participate. I mean, if you tag me, I'm more likely to see it, dude. Don't worry about it. I will see your comments.
Super squeaky clean. Shout out to Nathan McAdam because he is cool and he would wreck Johnny at Rocket League. At Johnny, what would you say the best car is for kickoff?
Probably Mark, because it's the biggest from the front. What a play by Turbo. Just completely losing control of the ball. And there, Sebadam identified that Turbo had lost control of the ball. It's something that I'm sure you guys who are perhaps lower ranked will see. You'll see that quite a lot. Your opponent will kind of be trying to start a bounce dribble. They might drive underneath the ball by accident. Or they might just, you know, be obviously beating it. And if you spot your opponent... Sorry, I've got hiccups for some reason. If you spot your opponent beating it, be sure to pull the trigger. Just go throw in a challenge because they're obviously not ready for you. And if you're in the vicinity, just get right in their face and start to make a challenge. I'd encourage you to do that because you don't want to just give them all the time that they need to get the ball under control. Just get right in there, make a challenge. Turbo is struggling towards the end of this game though. He will have another free possession because he just got scored on, but he's not making use of these. He's had, I think, 3 in a row turned over now. Sebadam's able to take the ball and just score into Turbo's net. And long shot is the choice from Turbo. He's not fired too many of those, so he wants to test Sebadam's goalkeeping from distance, but it's going to be pretty tricky to score 2 in this time. As remember, he has to dribble the ball back into his own half after the face-off. There's no kickoff goals to try and scrape a comeback together at the end, and it isn't going to work. Sebadam holding together towards the end of the game. Turbo, despite his early lead, did drop that all over the floor, and Sebadam takes game 1. Yeah, I'd love to see just different options. Maybe in mutator settings of just the ways that a ball can spawn in on the face-off. You could maybe do the hoop spawn where it falls from the ceiling. You could have it falling from higher in the big map because this map is of course much bigger than the hoops, the standard map. You could have you know, the ball spawning at the side instead of the middle. You could have the ball moving around. Like the ball right now is always in the middle and it's the cars that move around. What if the ball also moved around and spawned in different locations? That would be pretty interesting to see what kind of metagame would develop, what kind of strategies players would come up with to try and capitalize on the different locations. Not the greatest shot there from Turbo. He kind of did what I've been talking about recently. He air rolled forward before shooting, and that kind of messed up his power shot because he hit the ball with the roof of his car, not the nose. A bit of an awkward position there for Turbo. He's almost in no man's land there. Not sure whether he was thinking about putting in a challenge and it just never worked out. I like what Turbo's doing there. He's kind of making it really obvious that he's not going for the face-off, just trying to remind Sebadam about this rule. He doesn't want to have any more mishaps with Sebadam accidentally hitting the ball when he should not be doing that. And this should be a goal really for Turbo, but he's fired straight at Sebadam. He could have perhaps done a better first touch there. His first touch kind of took away a lot of the angles. If he hit a little bit more to the side, maybe he would have had a better chance to score. Sebadam's 50-50s in front of Turbo's net continue to be solid, and he's got another goal into Turbo's net. That's, I think, is this up to 5 consecutive goals for Sebadam, I believe. Maybe 6 consecutive goals, actually. What colors do you use for your slipstream? Whatever colors you like, dude. It's no rules in that regard. The clock shouldn't move when they dribble the ball back. That would make it better. I guess, but the whole point of dribbling it back is just to try and, you know, replicate what it would look like if the ball spawned in the corner next to the player who just got scored on, and the other players, you know, spawned on the other side of the field. We're only trying to replicate what it would look like, and obviously a couple of seconds are going to disappear off the clock, but you know, this is just something that we want to test out. And are you guys enjoying it, or the lack of kickoff goals, more possession plays, lower scoring games overall, more boost control for both players? Is this something that you guys like, or you know, if you don't like it, then let me know about that as well. Of course, it's not like I'm going to switch and do this all the time. There will of course always be standard 1v1 games on this channel because they are a lot of fun to watch, and it is pretty good to see a ton of goals towards the end of a game. Just, you know, kickoff goal comebacks can be pretty exciting in their own right. Not as much chance for the last second comeback. That is true. However, with the fact that the player who gets scored on getting the, like, you get a free possession every time you get scored on. So if you're losing, you're getting more chances to start a comeback, you know. Obviously, as soon as you score your first goal, the other player is going to get a free possession as well. But you've probably beaned a lot of possessions if you've gone a couple of goals down anyway. In fact, you definitely have. Good dribbling by Turbo, but Sebadam's defense continues to be pretty solid. Okay, never mind. Scratch that. as soon as I compliment Sebadam's defense, he throws himself into the ball and misses it completely. Standard is more interesting. This one is okay for Rumble, though. I just want to, you know, we just want to see what it looks like. And like I said, it would be ideal if there were different options for where to spawn in the ball on face-off from mutator settings, perhaps. I'm not going to explain the rules again. Somebody in chat can explain the rules. I've explained them a few times, and I just don't want to be repeating myself too many times. I hope you forgive me for that. What is interesting to note is that Sebadam, despite the fact that he started off pretty slowly, his attacks are getting more and more deadly as the series progresses. He's mixed it up pretty well, and out of the two players, he's the one who's been shooting the ball better. He's had more power shots. He's had much harder hits when he's had his own time to set up the ball and to set up a shot. My shirt is muted. My shirt is muted. I've got the green logo of F3 on my shirt, and of course with the chroma key for my green screen being this color, it's gone see-through. So a lot of people have been asking me, wear some green t-shirt so you're just a floating head. This is the closest that you're gonna get at the moment. I don't own a green t-shirt, but I do own t-shirts with green on them, this being one of them. So there you go, I've got a see-through chest in the shape of an F3. Commentator's curse, I know, right? Okay, this should be a tie game. Okay, there we go, no commentator's curse on that one. Just thought I'd get that in early, see if it really was a cursed game. Sebadam still slightly in the lead though, because he does get the next possession. That's one of the advantages of forcing the other player to make the comeback. There's another 8-month Epic Toasty. No message, Hen, but I appreciate it. Welcome back. I think you're the second 8-month resub on stream, but probably subbing before Polka 64 if I recall. Oh, Sebadam completely missing on the open net. Tried to do that with Ballcam, and he's actually just passed the ball to Turbo right now. He will not miss from range. Frizzish, fridge, who knows?
Freesish, frish, fryish, free fish, fridge, freeish, ishish.
Welcome back for this 6 months in a row. The Rocket League's very own Fridge subscribing and getting a cheeky little badge upgrade, and Bangle Wagon as well. Welcome to the stream, dude. Much appreciated. Excuse me for itching my nose. I do still have a cold. Lemsip is holding me together pretty well. However, I do have a really itchy nose right now. Can't really do much about that. Sebadam is letting the ball bounce extremely low here. And then opting for an air dribble from pretty close range. It was always going to be difficult to get the ball over Turbo and then underneath the crossbar from that distance. People are getting a lot better at defending air dribbles recently. When air dribbles first came out, I think it was Pashi who kind of popularized them to begin with. He was having a ton of success against it because people had just never seen it before. They were like, this guy just won't stop touching the ball. They've maybe seen double touch aerials, but Pashi would just do 3, 4, 5 touches, 7 touches into the top corner. And it's much harder, of course, to deal with. Good play by Sebadam. He's faking an air dribble and just popped it at the last second. Take a look at what Turbo Pulse sees here. Of course, if Turbo's trying to play this one reactively, he thought that Sebadam was going to air dribble that one to the top right, and then the flick takes it more central. Very hard to deal with. Turbo is just going to shoo Sebadam away now because he does get the possession for free. This is pretty big. If Turbo can score off this attack, there's not much time left for Sebadam to get a goal of his own. Again, very linear dribble over Turbo. I don't really like that he's dribbling so straight. I would much rather if he dribbled a little bit to the corner, just more to the side wall, towards the side wall I should say, and that would really give him more of an angle to shoot into. And of course, if you're changing the angle of the ball, much easier to get that elevation, get the ball bouncing. Sebadam rolling it in slow, and Turbo Pulse is going to struggle here to keep the ball in the air and also be able to roll it across the field. He's going to have to, obviously the clock won't start moving till Turbo Pulse hits it. I don't know what Turbo Pulse is talking about, we don't know. Well, I mean, it is possible to tie up the game here. He needs to chip this up immediately and then carry it all the way. Okay, he thought that Sebadam was going to challenge him, but this is not the case. Sebadam sits back, waits for the play. A GG. Sebadam has taken game 2 as well. And so Turbo Pulse might have to go. We're just checking. Not 100% sure. So Turbo Pulse does not like the tactic, of course. Poontang, TeamSpeak. I wonder what on earth these team names are. That's something I've been curious about.
Cheer 250. I streamed on Twitch Sunday for a few hours. I think I might get a camera and try to host some high-level money games. Chipping in some of my own money. Any advice?
Cosmic, that's my advice for that. Well, if you're putting in your own money, I was going to say it's hard to get pro players to play, but money is always a pretty good incentive.
250 also. I have a litchi rash around my whiner. Any advice?
Don't have any advice about that one, to be honest. You probably want to go see a doctor about that. However, if you want to host show matches, I've had a few people asking advice on if they want to get into the sort of stream that I do. Number one would be just chill. Don't try to copy anybody else. Just be yourself. Like, it sounds kind of cliche, however, it's true. Like, you've got to have your own spin on things. And secondly, I'd just say try and make your stream. This is just more of a general streaming answer rather than just a comment on casting on stream. Just make your stream be a sort of stream that you would watch if you were a viewer, you know, hypothetically speaking. If you weren't you and someone else was you, would you watch your own stream? That's a question that I think every streamer would want to ask themselves. Of course, some streamers aren't trying to target the audience that they would be a part of. Some streamers target a younger audience. Some streamers target an older audience. All right, Turbo Pulse with the respawn cheat and immediate karma for cheating for Turbo Pulse.
Because I can. I will talk to you in my lovely Austrian dialect. Danke Johnny, Beastigwada. Do a wider so.
Immediate karma. I love it. That was beautiful. So Turbo Pulse did the respawn cheat to get from offense to defense, but then he accidentally rebounds it into his own net just because karma is like that sometimes. Got him back immediately. That's absolutely beautiful. And now he's obviously tilted. Sebadam 2 to the good, and he's also 2 up in the series, remember, so this is looking like an easy sweep for Seb. Simple stuff. Remember you from Insomnia? Yeah, Johnny boy. I remember that Johnny boy popping up in the chat and confusing me very briefly. Cosmic Dust Mite, thanks for all the bits, by the way. I'll have to... Sebadam, for goodness sake, he's beamed it again. He didn't score this time, thank goodness. And
Can you
Jobby...
explain the rules again, PLS? I didn't understand. Just kidding, keep up the great work.
I was going to say maybe very briefly, but thank goodness I don't have to explain the rules again. Turbo is in trouble. He doesn't have the most efficient way, or he doesn't have the most reliable way of scoring when the goalkeeper exists for the other team. That's something I've noticed from this game mode about Turbo, is that a lot of his goals come from counterattacks, and in this game mode, the fact that he is getting so many free possessions, and also the fact that his opponent is getting so many free possessions, is actually working against him. Sebadam has a much better attack with there being a goalkeeper present. Of course, Turbo in this situation is trying to get Sebadam to misplay so that he can counterattack, but Sebadam's just going to air dribble it in the top corner. No problem, no questions asked. 4-0, looking very one-sided right now. Having a consistent streaming schedule helps too. Yeah, I was talking about streaming, so yeah, obviously having a consistent streaming schedule helps. Having consistent content helps. If your stream know what to expect when they come to your channel, like I try to always be casting high-level games, because, or you know, producing content around the Rocket League esports scene, because that's what people expect when they come here. And obviously there's other games that I enjoy, and you know, I like to play Rocket League by myself sometimes. But I know that you guys would much rather me do this than, you know, stream Hearthstone or something. So that's something, I try to separate that out. Oh, the control for Sebadam, he didn't have much success with these delicate air dribbles at the start of the series, but it's really coming together right now, as he lofts another one in. 5-0, Turbo Pulse is in trouble here. The Sweden captain. But yeah, if you want to get into casting games like this, number one, it's pretty hard to get pros to play without an incentive, but that's why most tournaments offer prize pools, because they want the pros to actually play in them. But if you don't bring like something different to the table, people aren't going to watch. It's got to be different. /FF Sebadam, or Turbo, clearly League of Legends player himself with the FF20. You feel like you're playing really slow lately. Why are you spamming Johnny Spam? I mean, I know that is your name. Oh, I misclicked. Hold on. Screamer. Actually, no, Screamer, you were spamming it too. I misclicked a timeout on Screamer, then I realized that he was actually also spamming, so I'm just going to leave that one intact. Enough of the one-man spam, boys. I'll read a comment if enough people are saying it. I will do it. I'm not going to read it now, because people were one-man spamming it, so I don't care about that comment anymore. It's clearly not funny enough to catch on with the greater population of Twitch chat. Yeah, you gotta bring something new. You guys might notice that there's a ton of organizations in Rocket League who stream weekly 3v3 tournaments, and I've not really talked about this much on my stream, but why are the numbers for these weekly... As I said, Turbo Pulse is just gonna get a power outage. He's just actually rage quit. It's fine. I'll finish the game. For wait, who do I need to join? I'm gonna win this really quick. I wonder if Sebadam's gonna let me score the Brazil. But yeah, you guys might notice that there's a lot of organizations who do 3v3 tournaments. And why are they not as popular as like Rocket League Central, for example, who do 3v3 Gfinities? Well, the reason is that Rocket League Central, for one, they've been doing it longer, so people know what to expect from that production. Number two, like after you've seen one 3v3 tournament, you've kind of seen them all, like just a weekly 3v3 tournament. After you've seen one of them, you've kind of seen them all. So that's why a lot of these streams don't get more viewers than you might expect. How does he do it? Sebadam's so quick. I was like, there's a massive gaping hole in your post, I'm just gonna blast it right there. But unfortunately, oh, I didn't think he could score. But unfortunately, he's just really fast. Sebadam, more like Sebadam. Yeah, you're not wrong. Needed a username. needed a username. Thanks for the 420 as well. Much appreciated. But does that make sense, Cosmic? My advice would be just try to be yourself. You're gonna have a lot more fun if you're creating content that you would actually enjoy, assuming you're a viewer and not actually the streamer. Sebadam's 50-50s are nasty. I'm just gonna pull shot him right here. For goodness sake. Oh my goodness, he's actually secured the boost while going backwards. No, don't do it to me. Don't put me in your montage. Dude, get out of here. He's gonna be able to take halfway boost, so I need to be careful with this 11 that I do have. Low 50-50 because I heard him jumping. We're so slow. Clickbait titles are for sellouts. Yeah, make sure to clickbait your title a lot.
Man. Did you get my tweet about the Takumi's hitbox possibly changing?
I know nothing about the
any
Takumi
pros
hitbox.
if they've noticed a difference? For some reason it seems very difficult to dribble
Miss.
with the Takumi.
I don't know anyone who plays the Takumi, and I did notice that tweet, but I didn't actually know anyone, so I was thinking of something to ask.
Johnny variety.
I couldn't find anyone.
I don't catch many streams,
I forgot about
but
the kickoff
I watch your YouTube
strategy.
Videos every day.
Right, let's try and keep this
for the
up.
quality content. Sorry
Hey, you're welcome.
if you answered this already, but what are your thoughts on the new G2 squad?
They're looking like one of the best teams in North America for sure. We missed. Oh, for goodness sake. GG. So we're not able to bring back the 7-0 deficit, unfortunately, that Turbo Pulsar left for us. But since I'm the streamer and these guys aren't, I could just do this, and then maybe, just maybe, if somebody tunes in, they won't notice that this is actually a lie. They'll probably think that it's legit. So, yep, Johnny takes it. 5-3. Sebadam's going to be pretty happy with second place though, because he was never going to be the favorite against me. Let's just leave so people can't see the score as well. Ignore that. Don't watch the VOD. But yeah, I'd like to congratulate myself. I'm pretty amazing, I have to say. I don't know how I do it, but being a full-time caster, and I still managed to win 5-3-0 on my ad. I've got more points than both of them combined, so that's pretty insane. Not gonna lie, pretty incredible. But yeah, King Spectre, I don't know anything about the Takumi hitbox. No idea. I'm sorry, I don't know anybody who plays Takumi at all. But yeah, what do I think about GT? I'll give a bit more in-depth answer. I think that Kronovi's very smart for picking up Rizzo. I think that was, yeah, well, he is smart for picking up Rizzo, but I meant to say JNaps. He's very smart for picking up JNaps first, because JNaps looked like the best free agent for sure. I saw him doing tryouts with a bunch of people, and JNaps was by far and away the best player. Apparently we're queuing up for something. I don't know what this is, but let's just find out, I guess. But yeah, Rizzo as a third makes sense for quite a few reasons. We're doing 2v2. That's interesting. Okay, let me just close that. He wants me to take the shot. Interesting strategy from Sebadam. Sebadam putting all of his points on the line here because he's boost starved me. Good job taking the back boost, Sebadam. So I now have none. Is he going for this? He is, but he's missing. But yeah, I think that team G2, they're gonna do pretty well in North America. How well they do in the world stage is gonna be a matter of waiting till.
For winning 5-3.
Jeez,
congratulations.
Just driving into me, dude. I want to steal this goal. Unable to steal the goal. That was unfortunate. But yeah, G2, how well they do against EU teams, we're gonna have to wait and see. Not 100% sure. Let's see if Sebadam knows how to do a fake kickoff. Yeah, he does. So I just said take the shot to Sebadam, and then he said I got it, so I knew I could fake it. Because he was probably going to stay in goal. What? How? How did he actually score this? Wait a minute. Did he dunk this in? I think that might have been an own goal. Not 100% sure. If he dunked that in, then very well played. But yeah, I think Kronovi did the best with what the options that he had. They were definitely very, very solid teammates for him to choose. And Rizzo as well doubles up as a streamer / content creator. So there's that too. Oh, I'm just unbelievable. How does he do it? I'm incredible. And yeah, I'll do shoutouts after the game. I'm actually easy game. Alright, hold on. I gotta talk to my stream real quick. We just smashed them. They just lost to me on stream. What Muppets? Easy. It's a shame that we're in unranked and not ranked, because I think we could take him. Wait, let me just do shoutouts. I know I missed a few. Yeah, Cosmic Dust might. Hope that was useful advice to you. I'm not sure. I was kind of doing circles with my train of thought, but because I was distracted by the game. But yeah, summary for if you want to do streams like mine, just be yourself. Try to create content that you would actually watch, because then you're gonna enjoy it more. If you're creating content that you wouldn't actually watch if you were someone else, then you're just gonna get really bored really fast. Try to create something new. Have a very clear goal of what you want to do, and stick to that. Don't just copy other people. Unless you just unless you're copying something from another game, you're like, oh man, I love what this guy does in League of Legends. I'm gonna bring that to Rocket League. That could work. And yeah, just chill. And getting pros to play, it's gonna be hard, but money is a good way to do that, obviously. And then just network your butt off. Try to make contacts. And then DDD, you also say you will talk to me in my lovely Austrian dialect. Then you made the dude speak Austrian, I guess. But thanks for the 250 shares, much appreciated. Then Jobby111, can you please explain the rules? Just kidding. So thank goodness I didn't have to. But yeah, we'll probably do more of that 1v1 strategy soon. We'll see. We'll see what people think about it. Hopefully Psyonix implement ball spawn rules. That would be awesome. Rockman X14, thank you for the sub, much appreciated. And also Zenotrixian, your new sub as well, and I much appreciate that. Welcome to the channel. Enjoy your stay. Let me see, what else did I miss? Vegas Ranger 52. Why can I not read? Vegas Ranger 52. Hey, John, boy of the Johnny variety. You don't catch many streams, watch YouTube videos every day. Thanks for the quality content. Yeah, you were asking about G2, but that's awesome to hear that you watch the YouTube videos every day. Good to have you here today if you're still hanging out. I know that a lot of people watch my stuff way more on YouTube than on Twitch, but when you do swing by, be sure to say hi. And Barmy92, £10 for me. £10 for you for winning 5-3. Congratulations. Thank you, Barmy. I'll have to put that in the title for the video that I won money on my own stream. That's what I like to hear. Can you have a show match, Lil Player? I don't know what, I don't really have plans for right now. I've got another 37 minutes before I've got to run to a meeting. Let me see what's going on. Hold on. I might be able to get another game together. SimD26, thank you for the sub, much appreciated, dude. Welcome to the channel.